So this is the first scene of Escape, and it involves Sarah, our model, entering the scene, and we're setting up the beauty regime part of the film. The way I like to work with James is that I light it, he tends to like operating, and he feels he can then connect with Sarah better that way, and I'm quite happy with that. So what I do is I tend to study the monitor. We've got a 17-inch OLED monitor, which is offset, and I just really scrutinize every single aspect of the frame, and then that's how we work. We communicate that way by me shouting instructions to him if I can see things in shot or something's not quite right. I've just been working with the 28-80 zoom, which was really nice to get some mid-range zoom shots for us. And then we've gone straight to the 70-200, and actually the images we're getting at 200, we're shooting at 100 frames a second. It was looking really nice. So we've just done a really tight shot on the 200. Now the minimum focus on this lens is 5 foot, but you can still get a nice tight shot. So in order to get nice macro shots, we're using the 100mm macro from the Master Prime range. I'm looking forward to seeing how these cut together along with the cine zooms. So this is an extra shot that James, the director, saw and decided to do. So again, you know, gone out with the 28-80, doing a shot of Sarah looking in the window. But the challenge with shots like this is that it wasn't in the schedule, and you think it's going to take 5 minutes, but of course you get out there and the sun comes out, so you have to put NDs in the camera, then the sun goes away. But I think we're still going to manage it, and I think it's worth it. There's some lovely reflections on the window, and I personally think you can't beat daylight as a light source. So in this scene is a nighttime scene where our female character is being given a necklace by a mystery man. We're going to shoot this scene on the 28-80, but we're going to shoot this in 1 hour. And so the advantage of using the 28-80 focal length in this environment is that we can cover off all our angles very rapidly without having to change prime lenses. And that's going to really help us speed up the process without compromising any of the visual quality if we were using primes. So we're now doing our last scene of the day. It's been a long day today. We've got a scene coming down the stairs here, trying some kind of interesting effects with some flash photography. We've gone on to the 70-200 to give us the long shots that we need. And then we'll be switching over to the 28-80 to pick up some of the mid shots. So, you know, with just 2 lenses, we're able to cover 28 through to 200, which is pretty cool. We're hoping to wrap at 10. I think we'll probably wrap at 10:30. Then we've got an hour of DITing to do. So, you know, it's going to be a midnight finish. So anything that speeds us up at this stage is of huge benefit. Welcome to day 2 of our shoot here in Sussex, which is in the south of England. We're setting up to do the reverses of the opening scene we shot yesterday morning. So it's a separate day. The lighting has remained the same. We actually left the stand up at the right height and we just took the head off the light. What we're trying to do with this shot is we're trying to match a frame here that we shot last night on the 70-200 out on the stairs. But the challenge we've got is that we physically can't put it on the 70-200 and get out of here because there's no way to shoot through this window. This window doesn't open. So we're going to use the 28-80. So it's not going to match exactly, but because the optics are matched, we can get something very similar. What will just be different is the perspective, because shooting at 200mm as opposed to 80 is going to look different.
It's now 7:30 on day 2. We've just wrapped a bathroom scene. We had such a beautiful bathroom here that we wanted to make use of it and really add to the production design by getting the luxurious sort of elements of this room into the shot. But it's like anything, it's kind of a balance of time because we wanted to get the shot whilst we just had the light fading outside. So we had a little bit of blue from the fading daylight and complemented then by the sort of warmer feel, tungsten feel inside the bathroom. But it gave us a tiny window before the sky went black. So it meant that we only had a small moment to kind of get the shot. We decided to do a nice slow creep kind of tracking shot in, which is just a lovely kind of filmic element I love. So we shot 2 shots here in the bath. The first a bit wider on a 28-80, which was great because we could kind of reframe really quickly, especially when you've got an actress in a bath rapidly getting cold and the mascara is running. We had to do everything in one take because once you go into the water, then makeup changes and it's too long to retake and to reset that. So it's all about one take, and the zoom is essential for that because we can quickly change focal length and pick off different shots quickly. I love working on a zoom for that reason. So we did a first sort of shot on a 28-80 and then switched to 70-200 so I could really go in tight and just get beautiful tight frames on the eye and the mascara running and just hunt around, search for different shots quickly whilst keeping the action flowing. And that's really kind of wrapped us on day 2.
So here we are on day 3 of this very mammoth small production. We've just travelled 3 hours, 200 miles from our first location to the Dorset coastline, a place called Durdle Door. We're now rigging the Epic with the 28-80, and we've got James Elias here who's going to do some Steadicam for us on this shoot. Again, we've got about 2 hours. What we're trying to do is get a very dramatic skyline for the payoff shot. And in this situation, when we're really up against the time, the 28-80, we're hoping it's going to give us all the focal length that we need. So once we're on the Steadicam, we can balance and just shoot a multiple number of shots with one lens. So I'm hoping that the weather will stay dry and hoping that we'll get our dramatic end shot. There we go, we've wrapped 3 days, very intense shoot, very happy with the results we've been getting with the Epic and matched with these beautiful lenses from ZEISS. Really been impressed with the performance, the quality of the optics and what we're getting on the monitor, and just generally the contrast that we've been getting through the glass has been impressive as well. So really looking forward now to getting into the edit, having a look at these images, grading them, and showing you this film hopefully in person at one of the events we'll be speaking at very soon.